श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्ताम् सदा हृदि। रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्। சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्य कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्ताम् सदा। रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्। ஈரொன்று தோப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்று சொன்ன பழமொழிகள் ஓரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேர போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
So we are going through the Tattva Matrika and page 50. தன்னை அந்தராத்மா என்று நினைத்திருப்பாரை தானும் தனக்கு அந்தராத்மா என்று நினைத்திருக்குமனாய். This is a very popular, conspicuous example of a particular name called of Periyalvar, Vishnu Chittaha. Vishnu Chittaha is the name of the Periyalvar in Sanskrit. So we can have two meanings. Vishnoho chitte yaha asti saha Vishnu chittaha. Vishnuho chittas chitte yasya asti Vishnu chittaha. So in whose heart Lord Vishnu is there, that is Vishnu chitta. And one who is in the heart of Lord Vishnu is Vishnu chitta. So when we feel lot of affection and devotion, comradeship, friendship with the Lord, so tannai antaratma endru ninithiruparai. So since we love God so much, He also keeps us in memory. Tanum tanakku antaratma endru ninithirukkupavanaai. So he feels that the individual soul Jivatma is inside the Paramatma. Of course, all of them are there because of the creation. He created everything. But still, a special soft corner or special place is allotted in the heart to have the memory of the individual soul to bless him. Ninanthirukkavanai. Thanakku Atma Atmiya Samarpanam Panninarukku தானும் ஆத்மா ஆத்மீய சமர்ப்பணம் பண்ண கடவனான சிவபதிஹி புருஷோத்தமன். So not only just keeping in memory the individual soul in his heart by the greatest affection mutually towards each other. So what did he do? What did the surrenderer do? So he has submitted his soul, Atma Samarpanam, then Atmiya Samarpanam. He also submitted all his belongings, all his property. And therefore, Lord also in turn reciprocates the devotional sentiment in the devotee, namely Atma Atmiya Samarpana. So he submits his supreme soul to the individual soul, and he also transfers all his belongings to the individual soul. He is ready to do it. Panna Kadavanan. He has the inclination to submit all his heart and soul to the individual soul. That means reciprocation is 100%. That's mean. a complete return of the gratitude of the individual soul. So here we have the words of Alvar. Even Pongodam Shunda Bhuvaniyum Vinnulahum Angadum Shorame Alhindra Emberuman Shengoluடைய Thiruvaranga Chelvana. So we are going to see the author and the name of the further explanation. But still, so we are talking about this world, Bhuvaniyum, Pongodam Shunda Bhuvaniyum. A lot of wavy waters surrounding the world, namely a lot of oceans are there. And normally we say 3/4 of the earth is full of water and 1/4 is only land. So 1/4 of the land of this world has been surrounded by turbulent waters. So turbulent waters in the sense with the individual souls are suffering in the ocean of life. Vinnulaham. We are talking about the Nitya Vibhuti, Sri Vaikuntham. So heaven. Yeah. So Pongodam Shunda Bhuvaniyam is the whole earth with individual souls and who are baddhas here, fettered souls, chained souls, imprisoned souls. Then Vinnulaham, Vinnulaham doesn't say about heaven, but it says about Nitya Vibhuti, Vaikuntham, Kalanga Perunagar, Nadu, Tirunadu, we say Tirunadu. Pongal Shunda Bhavani is Leela Vibhuti. So Angadam Shorame. So Lord is always disconnected with these two. So without getting any trouble from these two parts of creation, Angadam Shorame. He is untouchable by the negative aspects of these two worlds. All Hindra, he is ruling over both these vibhutis, namely prosperities. Vibhuti is prosperities. Prosperity of this world and prosperity of the other world. The higher world. Emberman. So Emberman is ruling over and therefore he has got Shengol. He has got a wand, rather stick in the hand, which doesn't do any injustice. Shengol in Tamil, meaning is a very, very excellent stick, which never swerves from the path of dharma. And therefore is called Shengol. So Thiruvaranga Chelvana. So all this are tracked down to the Archavatara of the Lord, namely Sri Ranganatha of Sri Ranga. Thiruvaranga Chelvana. He is the property owner. And he is called Chelvanar because of Mahalakshmi. Thiru Aranga Chelvanar. And therefore he owns the property. He is the owner of both the worlds, namely this world and the next, namely Nitya Vibhuti Vaikuntham. And Engiravadiye, Ubhaya Vibhuti Nirvahakanai. He manages, he doesn't mismanage, they say. Nirvahakanai, a good administrator over these two prosperities, Ubhaya Vibhuti, Tannappar Illappan. So this particular statement is about what we call Akasha Nagar, namely Vinnagar. Vinnagar is Uppiliyappan Koil near Kumbakonam. The Tirukudandai we say. This is a statement, Tannappar Illappan. And the story behind the Uppiliyappan Kovil, the word Uppiliyappan has got two meanings. So Oppilla Appan, Oppar Illappan, namely he has no parallel. So scripture says, Natat Samaha, Natasya Abhyadikaha. Nobody is equal to him, nobody is above him or better than him. Tannappar Illappan என்றும் Inanila Enanuyer Mihunarai. So we
சாமி,
will
அந்த
see
தமிழ் அந்த அந்த சான்ஸ்கிரிட் சொல்லுங்களேன். அந்த தன்னப்பாருங்க என்ன சொன்னாங்க?
Lavanavarjita
இல்ல
Srinivasa.
இல்ல 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 தனக்கு ஈக்குவல் இல்லாதன்னு ஒரு வார்த்தை சொன்னாங்க.
Na tat samaha.
அதான் ரைட் ரைட்.
Na tat samaha. Na tadabhyadika.
ரைட் ரைட் ரைட்.
Scriptural sentence is na tat samaha. Na tadabhyadika. Another type of expression is na bhuto na bhavishyati. Though it refers to Narasimha Avatara, Lakshmi Narasimha Avatara is directly referred to as na bhuto na bhavishyati. There was no Narasimha Avatara later. There was no previous incarnation like a man-lion form. That is normally, but Nabhuto Nabhavishyati also is saying that he has no parallel and he has no who is above him. There is no one who is above him. Better than him. And also the best than. There is no one called best than. So there is no comparison available. Comparison is not possible. So Tannappar illappan. Endrum incomparable. Right. Now we are going to see before going to the next page the meanings. Antaryami. A is Antaryami. So Antaryami is what we say in the text, the previous text is, the main text is keeping the Lord in my mind. Antaratma. Antaratma is Antaryami. All the words are same. Antaratma is our soul inside. So Supreme Soul is inside our individual soul. Therefore, Antaryami. B. When you say Atma Atmiya Samarpanam. Atma Samarpanam is Tannayum. Atmiya Samarpanam is Tannai Chendavaraliyum Samarpita. So you bring your own relatives, friends along with you to surrender to the God. So Sherdavargal, I was talking about the property, the Achetana Vastu, namely the insentient, what you call inert properties. But here the meaning says extra that you bring people to surrender to the preceptor. Tannai Chendavaraliyum Samarpita. And in the same way, what does the Lord do? Tannayum tan vibhutigalayum anubhavikka alit. So Tannayum, so he allows us to enjoy him, enjoy his good qualities, especially Saulabhyam and Saushilyam. Plus tan vibhutigalayum anubhavikka alit. So whatever pleasures of this world are available, now we are free to enjoy them in the Leela Vibhuti. And in Nitya Vibhuti also, when we reach the Vaikuntham, there also we are free to enjoy whatever facility available there is available there. So Leela Vibhuti, Nitya Vibhuti, Rendukum. Ubhaya Vibhuti Nathana. Nathanai Nadatubam. He is a leader, he is a king, he is the Yajamana. And therefore, so now you find Nachiyar Tirumuri, Pongodam Shunda, Umaniyam Mindalahum, Angadam Sorame, Alhindra Emberman, Shengolde Tiruvaranga Chelvanar, Yengol Valayal, Idartir Varahar, Idartirvar Ahari. Now Andal is very much dejected. She is feeling the remorsefulness. And she says this, Kadal Shunda in the Leela Vibhuti, since this world is surrounded by the oceans, Paramapadamahiya Nitya Vibhutiyam. So the Nitya Vibhuti being Vinnulahu, namely Vaikuntham. Okay. Shiridum Vidamal. So never he is indifferent toward these two Vibhutis. He is always interested in protecting both the Vibhutis. So he takes care of Vaikuntham, he takes care of Leela Vibhuti also. Shiridam Vidaman. Without leaving them in lurch, Chengol Shalitti Alhindra. So, a just administrator is Lord. So, Thiruvarangar. So, it is Ranganatha. So, she is appealing from Srivilliputtur, being the foster daughter of Periyalvar, Vishnu Chitta. So, Thiruvarangar, Lord Ranganatha, என் கைவளைகளை பெற்று, suppose he wants my bangles, gold bangles, the costly bangles, let us say. So, என் கைவளைகளை பெற்று, why என் கைவளைகளை பெற்று? Because of the separation or the feeling of separation felt between Ranganatha and Andal, Goda Devi, she has become lean, she has become slim. So, because of the thinness of the hand, the bangles are emaciated, tired and weak. That's what we call emaciated, tired and weak. This is because her longing for separation, her yearning for separation. Y-E-A-R-N-I-N-G. Therefore, so the bangles are loose. Yeah, they can come out easily. They fall down without her knowledge. So she gives a rather imaginary reason why the bangles are coming out of the hands. That is because it seems they also want to go to Sri Ranganatha. The bangles also wish that they would be wanted by Ranganatha, and Ranganatha also makes them fall. That is because this longing of separation, and that is one of the signs of what we call the pangs of separation. We call it Viraha Tapaha. Viraha Tapaha in Sanskrit. But she feels the heat of separation, and therefore she is suffering because of the distance between Srivilliputtur and she started worshipping Ranganatha, started having dreams of marrying Ranganatha from the age of 5. And I think before she became 12, she was brought to Sri Ranga. So, Yan Kaivalai Petru, Kurai Tirubavarayan. It seems like a business for the imagination for Andal, Goda Devi. Suppose Ranganatha wants to have the bangles and then get satisfied and then will relieve me from the suffering. Kurai Tirubhavarayim. If he wants to relieve me from the pain of separation, அப்படியே என் கைவளைகளை கவர்ந்து செல்லட்டும். This is only one slightly humorous statement, plus the very serious statement also that Lord Ranganatha may take. So what we saw earlier in the text was, in this page was 50, page 50 was Atmiya Samarpanam. Atmiya Samarpanam. So the bangles of ladies, the ladies love the jewels. Bangles are very beautiful and they will make the ladies beautiful. And they love the jewels, so they love the bangles. So when they are ready to part with these bangles, that is more important. That's what she is now doing. Atmiya Samarpanam. Atma Samarpanam she has already done by Shudi Kodutta Shudarkodi, because she adorned herself with the garland and made Periyalvar, her foster father, to take the garlands to the temple every day. And that is different. Now here it is Atmiya Samarpanam. So she says, Kaivalaigalai kavarந்து செல்லட்டும். So rather out of anger also she is saying this. Out of longing due to separation, out of anger and out of humor. Suppose Ranganatha wants to favor me because of the bangles. Now, Pirivatramiyodu Andal Peshwar. She talks because of her yearning to join Ranganatha. Now, this is Thiruvaimozhi, 6th decade, third decade, 9th verse. Ennappan. Tvameva Mataja Pita Tvameva. You are my father. Mata Devi Tvamasi Bhagavan Vasudeva Pita me. So Vasudeva Pita me. So Ennappan. He is my father. Enakkai Irulai Ennai Petravadai. So he is also mother. Tayum Petratayum Sheyum Preeti. Valattatayum Petratayum. So compare it with Devaki and Yashoda. Both are affectionate to Lord Krishna. In spite of the absence of Lord Krishna with Devaki, Devaki loves the child. In the absence of Krishna, in the later age of Yashoda, when Lord Krishna has come back to Mathura, so both the mothers always feel much affection towards the child, and therefore, Yanakkai, Irulai, Ennai Petravadai. So the real mother who gave birth to the Lord, and Yanakkai, so Yashoda brought Lord Krishna up only with affection. So she was for the Lord. That's what I know we understand. Atma Samarpan. Yashoda did Atma Samarpan. Devaki did Atmiya Samarpan. So now, Thiruvaimozhi, Nammalvar is saying that you are my father and you are my mother. You are my both foster mother and real mother. Enakku upakarakanai valatta tayum petra tayum. So we say this along to Lord Preceptor Ramanujacharya. We call him both real mother and foster mother. Valattatayum Petratayum Sheyum Preetiyai. Preeti affection. Ellam ennidam Shebhavana. Enakkai. That's what Enakkai. Udavi Purivadil Tannai Vattavar Illada Ennappanai. The father always favors the child, and therefore there is no other father greater than Lord Sriman Narayana, and that's what Nammalvar feels. So Udavi Purivadil, in helping the child, there is no one equal to the father. Tannai Vattavar Illada Ennappanai. அவனை பிரிந்த என்னுடைய தாபமெல்லாம் தீரும்படி. Now, Nammalvar did not go to visit any Divya Kshetram, and therefore he felt that he was always away from the Lord. So, Avanai Pirinda. Though as Antaryami, Nammalvar had Lord in his mind, though Nammalvar could sing all the Archavatara forms of Divya Kshetras, he could do Mangala Shasanam for many Divya Kshetras. Avani Pirinda. So how can we say that he is separated from him? But he says, Ennudaya Tapamellam Thirumbadi. So now the feeling is mutual. We just saw now. If the individual soul feels so affectionate, then the Supreme Soul also feels the same amount of affection. So, Ennudaya Tapamellam Thirumbadi. In order to quench the suffering of separation, Tan Kulinda Thiruvadi Nidalai Koduttarlina. Nammalvar accepts that Lord has given him the gift of his divine feet. Kulinda Thiruvadi Nidalai. Since by the summer heat of separation from the Lord, the cool divine feet are available. And therefore, Nammalvar revels, enjoys the shadow, cool shadow under the divine feet of the Lord. So we can understand that he never went to any Divya Kshetram, what we call practically. But he sang all the Divya Kshetra Embirma, all the Archa forms of Embirma. So you find that in the, I shall read the Thiruvaimozhi, just lower down the page 50. Ennappan enakka irula ennai petravalaai. So the gender also changes. You are my mother and you are my father. Ponnappan. Ponnappan is again the, what you call the costly or the gold or most valuable protector. Ponnappan. Maniyappan. So the looking at the divine jewels of Lord Uppiliyappan, Muttappan. So Pon, Mani, Muttu. These are the gold, the gems, and also especially pearl. So Muttappan, Ennappanuman. The jewels are there. That means a costly father, a rich father. And he is ready to give all the riches to me. Minnappon Padulshul. The whole prakaram, what you call the wall around the temple, is also shining like gold. So Minnappon Madulshul. Thiruvinnahar Sherdavappan. Thiruvinnahar. So Thiruvinnahar, the name given to this particular Divya Kshetram, is called Akashapuram, Akashanagar. That is because Uppiliyappan is considered to be what we call Pararupa, Vasudeva. So Thiruvinnahar Chendavappan. And Tannappar Illappan, he has no parallel. Tandanan, he gave, he gifted, he granted the boon. Tanattal Nirale. Tal, the divine feet, Nirale, the shadow. Tanadal Nirale, he gave the shadow of his divine feet. Therefore, I am happy to live here. So that was the. So what we mean by this these two quotations is, Andal Goda Devi makes both Atma Samarpanam and Atmiya Samarpanam. So also Nammalvar, he feels so affectionate towards the Lord that he considers that he is related to him as father, mother, and so on. So we always have the what we call 9 types of relationship between the Lord and the individual soul. And Pita, Putraha, Mata, Putri, can say anyway. So children and parents. This is one type of relationship. And whereas husband and wife are the relationship between Goda Devi and Lord Ranganatha. So you have, so the Yajamana, the Sevakaha, the master and the servant, the king and the subject, the Raja and Praja, then so many relationships that we have seen. So here these two, Andal and Ammalva, are relating themselves to, as we see in Shastra, the relationship. So Andal feels that he is the wife, she is the wife of the Lord, whereas Nammalvar feels that she is the servant of the Lord, and rather son of the Lord. Sorry, son of the Lord, issues of the Lord, offsprings of the Lord. So let us go to page 51. So we continue to Matrika, Tattva Matrika. So we already saw this one. The quotes if you want them. Okay. So the previous page 50 ends in the last word. Let us see the page 50 last word. Mihunarai, Inanila Inanilan enanuyan migunarai ilane. Yeah, let us take the quotation before going to the next quote. 48.2. I think it must be in the footnotes. Okay. This is what we saw already. If you want, you can read the English part of it if you want.
This is Natya Tirumoli 11.3.
Right.
The wealthy prince of Arangam is the sovereign lord who rules eternally over the ocean girdled earth and sky. Will the usurpation of my bangles satisfy him?
In Krishna Avatara, we find that he steals the ornaments, he steals the clothes, and so on. So those kind of pranks, he plays with the cowherdesses, and in that way, Andal thinks that he wants bangles. So which we saw already. It was easy. This also we have just now seen. Very easy to understand. Maybe Kanchi from Prativati Bhayankaram Annangaracharya Swami's explanation may be more attractive. So the second paragraph says, Ulagatil pitavai iruppavan thayai irukka mudiyadu. Thayai iruppavan tholiyai irukka mudiyadu. இப்படிப்பட்ட விருத்த தர்மங்கள் எல்லாம் எம்பெருமான் திறத்தே குடிகொண்டிருக்கின்றன என்றார் முதலடி. Lord is full of contradictions. He is capable of having contradictions. A man can be father but cannot be a mother at the same time. A mother cannot be a friend. That's what it says. A girlfriend. But it is possible. Today children must be treated as friends by parents. Then so opposite qualities remain in the Lord without any contradiction. That's it. So Irulai meaning Toriyai. Shevilitai is foster mother. So Shevilitai can be called aunt. Here, so the other words are very simple. Yeah, mommy. No, aunt in the sense father's sister. Father's sister. Mommy will be mother's brother's wife. It is father's sister. So you have, as the third paragraph says, you can use the gold in different way, pearl in different way, gems in different ways, but everything is Lord.
So this is Tiruvai 639.
Right.
My Lord and Father is my mother and my foster mother. The golden father, the gem-hued father, the pearly father, my father, he resides in Tiruvinnakkar with golden walls around. Peerless Lord, he gave me the shade of his golden feet.
Spelling F-A-S-T-E-R is there, F-O-S-T in English. It's all typo.
Yeah, the foster mother may also be faster.
Right. So we go to the next quotation. Inanilai, Ilani, 48.2. have you taken this 48.2, first line of page 51? No, it is not there in the footnote.
I have Tiruvai 232 and I have 5510.
Right. That is already in the, okay, that is in the footnote. Full text is in the footnote. But there is one more in the top line of this page 51. Is I shall find out and tell you in the next session. The first one. The sentence, or the last sentence of the page 50 and the first sentence of page 51. Yeah, it's given as 48.2. 48 asterisk 2. So this is in Tamil, and therefore I shall tell you. Inanilan, Yananuyir, Mihunare, Ilane. Nammalvar Thiruvaimozhi only. Of course, the Vattar Mikkare Ilayaya Mamaya is there down in the notes. Reference number is not given. That's why I will find it out and give it to you in the next session. So now the next one, Vattar Mikkare Ilayaya Maya, we just Mamaya, we saw this. So he has no parallel. So incomparable, you said already. So Sama Adhika Daridraha, Daridrana Irukum. Lord is poor. Lord is poor. How is he poor? He has no one equal to him. Therefore, he has the poverty of no equality. He has no equal person, and therefore he is poor. His poverty remains in no equal person. Any other, no other person is equal to him. So also Adhika Daridraha. Nobody is above him or better than him, and therefore his poverty is rather shortcoming is he has no better person to compare with. Sama Adhika Daridra. This is what we call humorous way of putting it. So then Aprakritamai. So this, of course, that Vajika. Okay, loneliness. Okay. We say uneasiness.
இல்ல இல்லை என்பதே இல்லாதவன் அப்படி இல்ல. இந்த தரித்திரங்கிற அர்த்தம் சான்ஸ்கிரிட்ல இருக்கிறது வந்து அது அதனுடைய ஒரிஜினல் மீனிங் தான். இல்லை என்பதே இல்லாதவன்.
ஆமா
இல்லையா?
ஆமா. ஒத்தார் மிக்காரை இலையாய மாயா மாயா. இல்லை தரித்திரம் தாரித்ரியம் is the word actually. ஏழ்மைங்கிறதுக்கு தாரித்ரியம். Daridraha, a poor man. A poor man means he doesn't possess anything. So possess, what does he does not possess is here. There is no one equal to him.
No bad.
No one equal to him. As great as
okay. Right.
So let us look at the quotation under the footnotes of 51. This is what you see, 232. That you have already ready with notes. So I read the 232. Thiruvaimozhi. Vattar Mikkare Ilayaya Mamaya. Vatta எப்பொருட்கும் உயிராய் என்னை பெற்ற அத்தாயாய் தந்தையாய் அறியாதன அறிவித்த அத்தா நீ செய்தன அடியேன் அறியேனி. So தன்னை ஒத்தாரும், there is no one equal. மேம்பட்டவரும், there is no better person. அற்புதமானவனே, you are an wonderful personality. உலகில் உள்ள மனிதர் முதலிய உருவத்தோடு அவதரித்து having incarnated in the form of human being, namely Rama, and also as Krishna, எனக்கு உயிராய் உள்ளவனே, you are so close to me, affectionate towards me, you love me. And how do you love me? என்னை பெற்ற தாயுமாகவும் So you are showing motherly affection towards me and also fatherly affection towards me. Tandayahu. Then Atta, Attayai, Tandayai, Atta, Acharyanahum Nindru. You are also helping me as a preceptor, that is guiding me. You are the mentor, friend, and philosopher. Nindru நீ எனக்கு செய்த உதவிகள், the help that you extended are not countable. எண்ண முடியாதன. ஆதலின் அவற்றை அறியவல்லேன். Since the help extended by you to me is so much that I don't remember, I don't count them, I always forget them. This is, of course, a truth to say that normally having received help, we always tend to forget. We always tend to forget. But when we help others, we remember the help that we extended to others. This is normal attitude, and therefore, yeah, we are ungrateful. That's right. That's what it is. And because we are not able to reciprocate the love of God shown to us, and enough love cannot be shown to him, and he also feels that since you are making an anjali, you are making your palms together in salutation, I am not able to fulfill all your wishes, and I fail in my duty. That's also the feeling of the God. That is the greatness.
Reciprocal,
So,
not in equal proportion.
Yes, sir.
Reciprocal, not in equal proportion.
Right. both of us, both of the individual soul and the supreme soul. So we go to 5.5.10 before we will take the text and then come to the 5.5.10. We'll go back to the text. The moolam. Yeah. So aprakritamai. So aprakritam, supernatural, aprakritamai. Pancha Upanishad Pratipadya Shuddha Sattva Pancha Shakti Mayamai. So there are so many scriptures, rather the heads of scriptures, namely Upanishads, they explain, they give a lot of details about Lord. So how is he supernatural? How is he called Shuddha Sattva? And Pancha Shakti Maya. We are talking about the word, the two letters Bhaga, Panchopanishad mantra. Is there any special mantra called Panchopanishad mantra?
Yeah.
We are talking about important Upanishads, and then among them 5. Instead of 10, yeah.
But in Pancharatra, in Bhagavad Aradhana, there's this Om Shom Namaha Paraya Parameshtatmane, Om Lam Namaha Paraya Nivitatmane, like this.
Oh.
This is called Panchopanishad mantra. It's always part of the Avahanam of the Lord.
That means the points out to the Divya Mangala Vigraha of the Archa form of the temple of the Lord. That is more important. As you said, if Panchopanishad is equal to Pancharatra mantras, then it refers to specially Archa Rupam, because which normally we must believe it as, may have full faith in understanding that it is supernatural idol, supernatural figure. It is not made up of some material of the world. Panchopanishad Pratipadya Shuddha Sattva. All the Vigrahas and the temples are called Shuddha Sattva, Divya Mangala Vigraha. And therefore, Pancha Shakti Mayamai. I think I must also find out what are the Pancha Shakti, if it is. My understanding will be Shakti Mayam, it is all powerful. And therefore, we can add the other 5, namely Jnana, Bala, Aishwarya, Tejas, and Jnana, Bala, Aishwarya, Tejas, and Virya, right? Virya.
Viryam.
So Pancha Shakti Maya. The virility, virya, what we call the power of production, reproduction. Jnana, the science, wisdom, the spiritual science. Shakti is here. Pancha Shakti is here. Power, mental power. Bala, physical power. Aishwarya, the leadership. Tejas is effulgence. Effulgence, right. Correct. Because of these are all interrelated. Shakti, Bala, Aishwarya, Tejas are interrelated. Aishwarya need not mean wealth, but it means leadership. So Pancha Shakti Maya Mai. So we must feel that all the qualities, these 6 qualities in the Divya Mangala Vigraha, already there, it is Divya Mangala. Astra, Bhushana, Rupa, Vichitra, Tattva, Ashrayama. So he has got the missiles also, the arrow behind the quiver, behind him as in quiver, the arrow box, Astra. Namely, Astra also means the Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Asi and Sharanga, the 5 weapons. They are also Bhushana, they are also jewels. There are extra jewels also, Kaustuba, Shivatsa, Vanamala, Vaijayantimala, even Mahalakshmi is the ornament. So Bhushana. So the ornaments are beautified by the Lord. Rupa, Kirita. Oh, Kirita, different types of Kirita in Ranganatha. Pandian Kondai, and so on. Yeah, Kundala, Kirita, Mala. Yes. That's why I said Vaijayanti Mala. All the jewels included. Bhushana. Rupa, original nature of the form. Vichitra, wonderful. Tattva, making us understand the basic principle. Ashray. He is a receptacle, substratum. He is a container of all this. Weapons, ornaments, the original natural form, the wonder, and Vichitra Tattva also, wonderful principles, meaning that the individual soul can join the Supreme Soul in Vaikuntham. So, Divya Mangala Vigraha Visheshatale. So, because we understand the idols are divine, or they are auspicious, and they are in tangible figures, we can see them, touch them, feel them. And then Visheshatale, Vishishtana Kondu, Paravyuhadi Pancha Prakarana. So being very special, rather extraordinary with all these qualities, namely, explained by the Pancharatra or Pancha Upanishad, and having the quality of supernatural quality of Shuddha Sattva, the pure matter, made up of pure matter, with the Pancha Shakti, Jnana, Bala, Aishwarya, Shakti, Tejas, and Virya, and with all the weapons, 5 weapons, all are 5. So Pancha Shakti, then Panchastra, the conch, the disc, the sword, the bow, and the Gada.
Kanandaki. Kanandaki.
Yeah, Nandakam is the sword. Mace is Kaumodaki. Kaumodaki is the mace, Gada. So Rupa in the original form, wonderful form. The word Vichitra can go back to Rupa and also Tattva. It is not possible to understand him, and therefore it is not possible to explain about him, and therefore Vichitra Tattva, the wonderful, most wonderful person. So Ashraya, he is also substratum to all this. And therefore, because of his special status like Divya Mangala Vigraha, auspicious and divine figure, Vishishtana Kondu, Paravyuhadi Pancha Prakarana. He is in the form of what we call Paramapadanatha, otherwise called Paravasudeva, available in the Vimana figure of Sri Ranganatha's temple, in Omkara Vimana. Then Vyuha. So in the Vyuha form, he has got 4 names again: Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Aniruddha, and Pradyumna. Vibhava form, all the incarnations starting with Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, and so on. So we have got 22, 50 infinity of incarnations. Pancha Prakaramaya. And lastly, last but one, Antaryami, in our mind, all types of auspicious figures in our mind. And then finally, the Acha form. So, Pancha Prakarana. Aivahai Udayam. Now, Pararupamavadu. So, what is Pararupa? Out of the 5 forms, now each form is being explained further. Nityamai. That doesn't mean that all other 4 forms are anityam. So please remember. So everywhere this adjective will follow. Nityamai, it is permanent, ever present. Ekarupamai, there is only one form in Paramapada, Vaikuntham. Nityarukum Muktarukum Sevyamai, he is worshipable by both the Nityajuris like Garuda, Vishwaksena and Adishesha, plus all the released souls. Muktarukum Sevyamai. They can easily say, Sada Pashyanti Surayaha. They can always say him. So, Kurimi Tevar Kurangal Kaitore. So, Kurimi, all the gods come together and Devar Kurangal Kaitore. They are able to make an Anjali salutation towards the Lord. Shodhi Vellathtinulle Ezhuvador. He comes up as a colossal, as of light. Shodhi Vellathtinulle. In the flood of light, he comes up. Ezhuvador Uru. His figure is coming up as the rather bright light. And all the gods salute him. So it is in Vishwarupam. It is the universal form. So this is what we say. Now if you have number 2 quotation. Brilliant, yes. Extraordinarily brilliant. So this is what Thiruvaimozhi again it says. Kaliya mikkador, Kadal Ali Ival என்று என்னை காணக் கொடாள் வழுவில் கீர்த்தி திருக்குறுங்குடி நம்பியை நான் கண்டபின் குழுமித்தேவர் குழாங்கள் கைதொழ சோதி வெள்ளத்தினுள்ளே எழுவதோர் உரு என் நெஞ்சுள் எழும் ஆர்க்கும் அறிவறிந்தே. The experience, the spiritual experience felt by Nammalvar is not explainable to others. That's what he says. So I have in my mind the appearance of the Lord, but it is very impossible that others can recognize my experience. Arkum arivaride. அது வேறு ஒருவருக்கும் அறிய முடியாததாய் உள்ளது. Oh, who is saying this? Nammalvar in the form of a lady called Parankusha. Parankusha Nayika. Parankusha Nayiki கூறுகின்றார். As a lady, she feels, Nammalvar feels the extreme affection. And therefore,
crying for separation. Crying for separation.
Pardon?
Crying for separation.
Crying over. என் தாய் என் தன் பெண்ணாகிய எனக்கு எம்பெருமானது பிரிவு வந்தால் நாளாக அவனிடம் காதல் எனக்கு குறையட்டும் என்று அவனை நான் நினைக்க கூட இடமில்லாமல் செய்கிறாள். You are right. Namely, the mother doesn't want to get away from the daughter. So, en thai, so Parankusha Nayaki becomes his mother here. And the mother is so affectionate to the daughter, she doesn't want the daughter or expect the daughter to love the Lord. So, avanidam kadal enakku kurayattum, feeling that my daughter should stop loving the Lord. Avanai naan ninekka kuda idamillamal seigiraal. Now, this is what we call a fight between the 2 parts of the same mind. So we have 2 minds in our heart also. One says yes, one says no. So, en thai evvalavu taduttal enna. So whatever be the impediment posed by my mother, so perum pugalana, since he is very famous, Lord is very popular, Tirukkurungudi Nambiyi naan kandabin. If I worship the Tirukkurungudi Nambi, the Lord in the Divya Kshetram, If I have seen him, en nilaye veru, I will become a different personality. Then my mother will not stop me from loving the God. Nityarum muktarum kootam kootamai vandu anubhavika. That's what we saw in the text quotation. Shodhi vellathtinulle miga prakashikkinra, what you said as very brilliant. Vilakshanamana Nambi. He is different. Nambi, Lord Nambi is elderly person. Nambi means elderly person. You can take it as even elder brother. So Nambi in Vilakshanamana Nambi, since he is extraordinarily different from all other individual souls, Tirumeni, Nambi in Tirumeni, the divine figure, that is Divya Mangala Vigraha of the temple, en Ullathinul, into my mind, எப்பொழுதும் பிரகாசிக்கின்றது. It shines and ever, forever. அது வேறு ஒருவருக்கும் அறிய முடியாதுதான். That's what is a experience, spiritual experience in the mind of a devotee cannot be understood by another devotee. So that is what Thiruvaimazhi of Nammalvar wants to say, that unexplainable. Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. Taittiriya Upanishad says, the scriptures also wanted to explain the complete position of the Lord. They failed miserably. They retreated along with the mind and words. They could not express. The words were inadequate. Words would not suffice to explain the greatness fully of the Lord. So they came back and they could not even imagine the greatness of the wonderful Lord. So we shall take up the next page later.
Swami, the explanation itself, it's very interesting, telling Alvar and his mother, or Alvar as a lady and her mother. So, these two different persons is within you. It is of your two different nature of the mind. It's an excellent. It's an excellent explanation, because it is not mother. There is one mother or there is one lady. It is not like that. Both are within you. Your mind is one with Chetana, another is another. It is preventing you to go near to the God. It is an excellent visual.
Today I can compare it to practical situation.
That is real. Actually, Alvar is telling your mind only. From the beginning, from the first Namma Thiruvaimazhi itself, he is telling the mind only. So he reflects the same here. Your mother, what is quoted, and you yourself as a lady, make no difference. Both are same. It is within you. It is within you.
Right.
So one mind is preventing you, another mind is going near to him. So with whatever troubles, I will not leave him. This is how it is explained. It's excellent for me.
Right. That's what I wanted to say. A parallel situation today prevalent everywhere. A girl is to be married. The mother only talks. And what happens is the marriage is postponed. The girl gets older and older. And there are so many ifs and buts between the parents and the children. And the mother's expectations are more than the girls. The children cannot be easily understood by the parents, and only mother makes the conversation, and the girl is never involved in any conversation. And what happens is
it is a reversal of earlier days. Only father will talk to his father. Only father will talk to the elders. Only gents will talk. Now, totally it is gone into the hands of mother. he
Right.
dominates, whereas father keeps quiet what he doesn't. No, it is real situation of today.
And there is always misunderstanding even between the mother and the daughter, and therefore, she objects, the child objects to the mother's thoughts. And so what you, as you said, the one mind is split into two. And
I mean,
therefore,
I am not. I have not told you. Told. Don't give the credit to me. No. Your explanation. Nammalvar said the mother, but you said it is not mother. It is within his own as another mind. That is the excellent explanation.
Right. See, there is always a contradiction within one single mind.
Yes.
One says yes and the other says no. Acceptance and non-acceptance. Self-contradiction.
This is Tiruvai
Right.
Moli.
Right.
Tiruvai Moli
5-5.
232.
Yeah.
O great wonder Lord, without a peer or superior, close to all things and all beings, you are my life. You are my mother, my father, my friend, teaching me all that I do not know. I will never know how much you have done for me. And then the next one is Tiruvai Moli 5:5-10. That is, my mother, let no one see me, saying, she is growing amorous day by day. After seeing the Lord of abiding fame in Tirukurungudi, a radiant form of flooding effulgence appears in my heart, worshipped by hordes of celestials, hard for anyone's understanding.
So the point is, Nammalvar stresses that we all should go and worship Tirukurungudi Nambi and get attracted towards him and develop devotion. That's it. So Divya Kshetras are meant for our worship. And it is also said the economic distribution by traveling to many Divya Kshetras from the one part of the earth to the other corner of the earth, like say Badrinath. We distribute our earnings. We rather donate. Thank you. Yeah, spiritual tourism. Yeah. Spiritual tourism involves a lot of money. Completing
कवितार्किक सिंहाय कल्याण गुणधारिणे श्रीमते वेंकटेशाय वेदांत गुरवे नमः वादिद्विगशिरोभंग पंचारण पराक्रम श्रीमान वेंकटनाथाय श्रीमते சீரொன்று தோப்பது வெங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்று சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஓரொன்றுதானே அமையாதோ தாரணியும் வாழ்வாக்குவானே ஓமளவும்
ராமானுஜதயா பாத்ரம் ஞான வைராக்யபூஷணம் श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम् कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஓரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.